We're going to show you some of the pictures and the videos that they shot. I want to warn you, the images obviously are disturbing. Seasoned combat journalist Tyler Hicks joins me. He's used to war zones, never expected bloodshed like this in his local mall. So Tyler, you were right next door, basically on a shopping errand when you noticed something was going on. Explain what you first saw when you ran into the mall.
The moment that I got out onto the street from where I was, I could see lots of people running on the street towards me, kind of, away from Westgate Mall. And about a minute later, I arrived in the kind of entrance parking lot, and I could already see that there were injured people coming out with clearly who had been shot in the leg, stomach, other parts of the body, and people really streaming out of the mall, completely terrified, frantic, crying, people running with children. It was clear something really serious was happening inside.
And from your photographs, I mean, and we're looking at them now, it looks like you were with a group of police officers or commandos.
Yes. When I reached the upper parking lot area, I could see at the opposite end of the mall that there were some civilians running out, and I saw that as a possible way to get in. Once in through that door, which is a service entrance, there were some police in there who were trying to get the people out, and they were agreeable to having me and a few other photographers along with them as they were sweeping through, looking for these, whoever was shooting, who they didn't know who they were yet. They didn't know what group was responsible for that. And also trying just desperately to get civilians out as quickly as possible before more people were killed.
You must have been concerned not only about the attackers inside, but I mean, about IEDs, explosive devices that they could have planted.
Yes, yeah. I mean, once I looked into the center area of the mall down into the lower floors and saw that there were bodies around on the ground floor, big pools of blood, people scattered around. It really, it was clear that these guys were just indiscriminately killing people. They were still in there. And that's something that you really have to think about. Also, in a mall, in a big open air mall like that, there's really no cover. There's very little place to hide. They really have the advantage. They're already in there. They can be in the aisles of a supermarket or in a casino or a movie theater. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of places to hide and to wage an attack from.
The fact that it's taken Kenyan security forces so long to try to contain this situation, is it that they're outmatched, or is it just, as you said, this is an incredibly difficult situation? It's an incredibly huge area to try to get under control, and you're up against people who are more than willing to die.
Yes, I mean, this is the problem. They don't know exactly how many people were in the mall, and they don't know whether the people who were remaining and are remaining are being held by them, or if as hostages, or if they're just hiding. It's clear that a lot of people were killed, and so the question is, you can't just go rushing in there with people who are very willing to kill civilians and perfectly happy to die themselves and become martyrs for the cause.
Your wife is a TV journalist. She was in the mall also covering this. She shot some incredible video that I want to show. Was there ever a point where you thought this is too dangerous? I mean, you've covered wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, where you thought this is too unsafe, I should leave?
Well, not really. I mean, it was dangerous, and there was some shooting going on, and obviously there were people many people who were injured and killed there. It was one of those moments when I really felt like this was very important to cover and worth to be there for, as long as I was taking as much care as I could. The problem was, it became very clear within the first 10 or 15 minutes that the people who I was traveling around the mall with, knew just as little as I did, and that's the one thing that is unsettling when you're there, when you realize they had no idea where these guys were either.
Well, Tyler, I'm glad you're okay, and your wife as well, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you very much.